3, 2, 1.
Okay,
Go.
I take Garfield was wrong about Mondays. Yeah.
Mondays,
It's-
you have the... What?
No,
Why?
because Mondays go quicker, because it's the start of the week and you're not as tired. Fridays, because you're waiting for the weekend, it goes really slowly, and you're just sitting there
But-
waiting.
I do feel like you only think this though because you have free period first thing on a Monday. And
No.
so, like, if you had like a really long day on Monday,
No,
the timetable changed.
No, even last year when I had a full day on both of those days, Mondays was what was
So-
always fit at. And my Mondays are way longer than my Fridays because we've got band, and then I have a music lesson, and I only get home at 7:30.
So on Sunday nights, are you like, can't wait to wake up tomorrow on a nice Monday morning, and then on Thursday night, are you like, I fucking hate Friday?
True.
This is why people say I hate
Weekends are
Monday.
obviously better. Weekends are obviously better.
Yeah.
But I think that Mondays aren't the worst day out
Yeah,
of the week.
yeah. I think middle is pretty bad. Like even
Yeah,
Tuesday,
no, yeah,
Tuesday.
Wednesday is bad. Even though like we have an early day on Wednesday.
This is the very cool Days of the Week podcast.
Yeah, we just talk about a
discuss
different
the
day of the
days
week.
of the This episode is Monday.
This episode is Monday morning.
And
Get ready for.
Monday
Morning, they're lying.
morning. You just wait for the Thursday afternoon episode. We go crazy.
We go absolutely crazy.
we
And then
actually
Saturday
kill one
night
of the co-hosts. Yeah,
What?
on that episode is
on the Thursday afternoon episode.
yeah, just a little teaser. I'm Matiu,
I'm Stella.
I'm Eli.
and
We're just three of us
we're
today.
here. It's just the three of us. We're gonna see how it goes with just three of us. Jack and Tiger can't make it today because they're swimming.
But we do have
with sharks.
there's also like George Clooney is also here.
Oh, George Clooney is here. We do have a makeup.
It's actually
Hopefully,
He's lost his voice. He's a bit sick. He is here.
he
But,
is here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there, guys. Can you believe it? Give it up.
oh my god.
Yeah. So hopefully he can make up for Tiger and Jack. He's not as interesting as them, really.
Because
He doesn't have much to say.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He hasn't actually
I think
seen the
he's-
movies either.
Yeah, I think he's just sort of gonna like doom scroll like on TikTok.
Yeah,
George has a problem, guys. He's got an Instagram real problem.
He's really brain rot.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Here we are. We're talking about films.
We're talking
about just news. Oh, some news, guys. Here's something that pissed me off.
okay.
A new Luca Guadagnino film called Artificial, which is based off the guy that made OpenAI. I forgot his name.
Wait,
he's pretty young.
Remind me who Luca Guadagnino
Call Me
is.
by a Name and
Oh, yeah.
and Challenges. And so he's got a new film.
Yeah.
I quite like his films. They're pretty weird. He's pretty
Yeah.
He's Italian. He's pretty Italian. Anyway, he's got a Sam Altman he's doing a Sam Altman biopic, which I think could be super interesting because it's very topical. It's very like he's getting on the bandwagon pretty quickly, and because he's quite a critical director, he's quite a he definitely takes a stance on the movies he's making. It could be quite of a like a mean movie. It could be, I don't know, it could be quite interesting. But basically I think he's made the whole thing. He's gone in post-production. But since pretty much every production company has made a deal with an AI brand, no one's buying his film. So he's just got like an amazing, and it's starring Andrew Garfield as the lead. And so it's like got a big star and a big director, and no one's buying the film. And it's really sad because I'm really interested in it, and he's put in all this work, and I think maybe like Neon and Mubi are like the only kind of companies that haven't, hopefully they can buy that. But there's quite not many companies, even smaller companies.
Damn.
Like even A24 now, because I think
the dark side.
Yeah, they did. We talked about that last week, but I just think, I think that's some sad news, and it's
Yeah.
something I was quite looking forward to that movie. I think it's been around for a while, but I think he's like,
Yeah.
it's fully made. I think now it's in like pre-production,
Oh,
but no, it's just nowhere to be seen, and so
Ah.
that's pretty sad.
Yeah, I never really
Uh,
think about like that part of the process, like actually trying to get like you've made this film, like
yeah,
damn, and you can't get it actually seen because no production
yeah,
companies and stuff, they have the
yeah,
power.
yeah, and that's weird, and it's strange to see how far the film industry, at least this is like the big film industry. I have no doubt it's probably going to come out in like at least like
Yeah.
a couple years, maybe.
Mm.
It probably will still come out, but I think like because then there was something. This kind of reminds me of The Social Network because Andrew Garfield's in it, and The Social Network was really quick, like to jump. Like I think the story was in 2007, and then the movie came out in 2010. It was like very like quick, and they got that out though. They still got that out, but now movies like this aren't even getting made.
yeah.
And it's sad, yeah.
That is sad.
But I mean, this happened with The Apprentice. I think The Apprentice was made like 3 years before it came out, something like that.
Mm.
So I have no doubt it will still probably come out. But that
Okay.
was just some news I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Any thoughts?
Well, hopefully it's good because if these production companies are trying to pilot it, then it's obviously
Yeah, it's probably good.
Sure.
I mean, it could mean it's terrible. Like that
Maybe.
happened with like there was like the Batgirl movie, and that they like fully made that, and it just never came out, and that's probably because it was terrible.
Well,
Not
but
because
like that'd be pretty shocking because you would think that a production company would want to hop on it because it's sort of guaranteed audience, right? With like a well-known director and
Yeah.
a star, a biopic
Yeah.
is already like that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we want to talk about the New Zealand Film Festival, which that's all out. That we can talk about the movies we both, me and Stella, decided on
Yeah.
some movies. What do you think, Eli? Have you been looking at the program?
Yeah, I looked at the program. I saw that double feature that you're talking about, and it's about war times with
Yeah.
gay people, basically. That's
Yeah.
the joke
Wait,
from
is that
it.
Coward?
Because they're Black Ball and Coward. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
both of them, right? Both of them are in war times, yeah.
Oh, really?
That would be
Is that
like
I think
an intense double feature for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
think I didn't realize the Black Ball was in the war times. I thought that
I'm
one.
pretty
Was
sure
Yeah,
Black Bull,
also I
Black
think
Bull
gay.
is about jazz musicians as well, though, I think.
Oh, I
that's
did see
why- that's
trumpet.
why-
I did see trumpet,
yeah.
and I tried to look for the word jazz in the blood, but I didn't see it.
The word jazz.
Yeah, I was like,
I didn't read it. I was looking for the keywords. No, I try not to read the blurbs, but that makes it hard to talk about. And I don't know my thought process on choosing them because I just feel like I want to see all of them.
yeah,
But and I just
I
kind
know.
of looking at the vibe, and then I've also heard the ones I've heard of before. I kind of want to see that, except not the ones with stars because I know the ones with stars are going
Yeah.
to come out anyway.
Yeah.
But like I think those, it could be intense and they could be bad. But we could talk about let's talk about the films. The two we picked was the Black Ball and Coward, which was like a double feature one night. That's something that me and Stella's going to go to, and they both look interesting, but they both look about like young boys and probably the torment of young boys, and so that could be quite
and
hard.
war.
And
That's like
war. Well, I know Coward's in wartime, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, Coward's very
Black
war.
Ball is
Black
also.
Ball is in a war.
Oh, it's in 1937.
Okay.
I think we're about the same. I could be
The
wrong.
same war?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
maybe
like
this
that
is
one.
it.
I think they both sit in France in the same war.
Well, I think Black Ball is Spain. It does have French in it, but it's in Spain, which is also something I really wanted to see some Spanish films. I also
Why?
I also want
Tell the.
because I want to see Spanish films because I take Spanish and I can speak Spanish and I want to hear it in movies.
Yes.
So because I wanted to do that last year, but not really. I didn't really. I also wanted to see some more New Zealand films. I think I'm gonna because I booked 4 out of a pass, and then I've got 1 spare, which I think I hopefully will save for a New Zealand film because there are some really good New Zealand films in the list as well. Like the opening night, Big Girls Don't Cry. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's the opening night, and that seems to be apparently it's popular like other
overseas.
countries liked it. Yeah,
Oh,
but and now it's coming here, even though it's a New Zealand film. So that's kind of promising, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to check that out. So I didn't book a ticket to that film, but I'm definitely going to check that out.
yeah, I
Anywhere
probably,
else?
Yeah,
Yeah, there is about, because I only book 5 films, which to me is a lot.
That's a lot.
But
Over less than 2 weeks.
over less than 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
to quite a lot of people go to film festivals to watch the films instead of like they go to the place. But I just live in Auckland, so it's kind of like not a big deal for me, I guess, to like for me to go out of my way to see everything. I think there's quite a lot of films that I would love to see but I haven't booked. My films I booked were The Black Ball, Coward, which was a double feature, and then Rose with Sandra Hüller, which I don't. Stella kind of picked that one. I don't know anything about it, but that's good. That's good.
That one looked interesting.
It's the second black and white film with Sandra Hüller in the New Zealand Film Festival. Because she has another film called Fatherland, which is also in the film festival.
Oh, Fatherland! I think I read the blurb for that.
Yeah.
No,
Is
Rose.
that the one about the Polish?
What is
it? Poland?
It's in 1940s Germany. German.
Never mind.
That's a different film. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but Sandra Hüller, she's excellent, and she's having 4 movies this year.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Wow. Didn't she? I didn't even realize she was like I thought she was sort of a new. Like I didn't realize she was like a big deal.
No, she's new. Yeah, she had a breakout
she's
role.
Obviously a really good actor.
A breakout role in Anatomy of a Fall, I think, which Eli's seen, and then now I think because of that, now she's getting all these follow-up roles, and now they're all coming out now.
Right.
She was very engaged in Anatomy of a Fall, and yeah. But
now she's got Fatherland and Rose, which is in this film festival, and then she's also got the new Inuyutu film called Digger with Tom Cruise, which that looks like the most insane film I've ever seen. It's called like a comedy, but it looks like it's like Tom Cruise and then the guy that directed Birdman and The Revenant. And he does he likes really theatrical movies. He's very
The Revenant is very theatrical.
Yeah, and now he's doing a movie with Tom Cruise, who is like the theatrical actor. He's like he's like, this is a movie. I'm gonna kill myself for this movie, guys. I'm gonna jump off this plane. Anyway, my films were Rose, Coward, The Black Ball, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, which I love that name so much, and what was the last one?
The History of Concrete.
History of Concrete, which is the new John Wilson documentary, which I don't know much about.
Yeah, I don't think I partake in that one. I read the blurb. Apparently, he just filmed a lot of stuff, and so I think the words "visual diary" was used. Don't quote me on that. But I'm a little bit. I'm not enough of a cinephile to enjoy it.
No, so basically, John Wilson is he's a comedy filmmaker, and he does these. He did this show which I need to check out called How To with John Wilson, but apparently that is very inspired by Nirvana the band and Nathan For You, which I love those shows, and so I definitely want to check out the documentary. Sounds like to me it's more of a parody of documentaries, but
okay. Well, but
that's just because I know that the filmmaker's like a funny guy. But if it's not, it could be uninteresting. But
I'm looking forward to it because I think it's going to be it's got like a good filmmaker, but I also think it'll just be like a more fun one, like a kind of like a fun little silly movie that otherwise I probably wouldn't see if it's not in the film festival.
That's what I'm saying. That's also
it's a documentary. Which
if it's funny, then I'd definitely be down.
I don't understand. I think it's tagged as documentary and comedy.
Okay.
It seems to be. But it seems I don't really know because I don't know his vibe.
Yeah.
Something you could watch something like a Nathan For You and Nirvana the band and think they're dead serious, and so it could be something like that where you could take it really seriously as well. But I don't. It's hard to tell because he's inspired by someone else I like, and now I'm seeing his documentary, which is like a big stretch. But I think I picked that film because I think otherwise I wouldn't have seen it. I think that's why. Because I think there's like Fjord, what is it? Fjord. Which is, but I feel like that's definitely going to be everywhere else because it's, I think I'm okay missing the premiere. And
I think, yeah. I mean, I went through the book and I read a couple of blurbs. But the thing about the films, I feel like the blurbs I don't think they mean that much. Almost, it's like they tell you sort of what it's about.
Give you like a taste.
Yeah. And I feel like you're only until you're sitting there watching the movie that you're actually going to know what it's like. Because I feel like a lot of them might be character driven. Yeah. And so the plot is sort of like, but the characters is what makes the movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it's hard to tell, which is why I don't read the blurbs, and it's kind of off names or like buzz from other film festivals.
Oh yeah.
But I know if it's too big, like Cannes, then I know that's going to come out later. Or if the stars are too big, I'm like, okay, that's going to come out later. But I think something like History of Concrete, I know John Wilson vaguely, but not really. So that's great, the perfect one to look at. And then Rose, why did you pick that one, Stella? Because we were going to go see Rose.
Well, because with a lot of the movies, I literally would want to see like pretty much all of them. I think all of them I feel like have something interesting, even if I might be, even if some of them might like objectively look more interesting, like they all I feel like would be a good experience. So in the end, I just started looking at all of the nights, and I was like, okay, I want to see one on Monday night because I know I'll be free. And then I thought Rose just looked interesting. Like it's about like it's really like an old. It's set like ages ago, but it's sort of about like a trans story. It's like someone who who was born a woman but got like a battle scar, so just realizes that they get more freedom dressing as a man, and then it sounds like they go their whole life like this, and no one realizes, and then they have to like marry a woman or something like that. So it sounds interesting.
So a bit like Amelia Perez. She's yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that'll be interesting.
That just reminded me of a movie I watched like ages ago, and I think it was starring the Miss Girl from Succession. What's her name?
Sandra.
Lady.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Sandra Snook. Or Sarah Snook.
Sarah Snook. Sandy.
Sarah Snook.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was her. Hold on a second. And it was about a woman. Okay, wait. Someone who was like, I think they were born intersex. They were raised a woman, and then they met a guy, and then they had a baby. But then as the movie progresses, we see that she transitions to be a man, and then the man finds time travel, goes back in time, and has sex with himself, and then the baby is her, and she gives birth to herself, and then it starts again.
What? What?
What's the name?
Is that with Ethan Hawke?
I got
Presentation? Predestination? Wait. Yeah, it looks. Well, I just googled Sarah Snook trans, which is something I love to have in my search.
Yes.
Sarah, predestination.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, my dad told me to watch this movie, and he says it's really good.
Sometimes I just remember that movie, and I go, what?
Was it really good?
I think I just spent the whole time going, oh my god.
It's really funny. That sounds like a film festival
narcissism right there.
That's so funny. Well, okay.
Sorry.
What were we talking about? We talking about.
Well,
yeah. Okay, Rose.
Is there much else to talk about, or should we? Get into it?
I mean, my fifth film is Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasmo. I don't want to just zoom past that title. Like that's a normal title.
I really want to watch that one, but
you want to watch it? Okay.
I don't. It's just on a really awkward night with like work and stuff because the day before, me and Tiger are both taking off because me and Tiger work at the same place, and there's on the Friday night both of us already taking the night off for like a school event thing, and then the next Saturday is that movie. So I think it'd be pretty hard for
I think
both of us. but I did really want to see that one.
I think that's okay. I think this is the one out of the 4 or 5 I chose that will probably get another release because the director's pretty successful. But I love this director. I kind of in love with their stuff. They make very strange and haunting movies. So they did I Saw the TV Glow and We're All Going to World's Fair, and they're kind of like both kind of. We're All Going to World's Fair is a bit like about like social media and being lost in the internet, but then I Saw the TV Glow is a bit about being lost in nostalgia and lost in your own your own perception of what like you thought everything was when you were a kid. And I don't know, I really like their movies. They're a bit I like it's just like a strange vibe because it's like you think they're gonna go all crazy, but then they never do.
Really eerie.
We're gonna be unhinged. We're gonna go crazy, but then this movie sounds like it might be a bit unhinged because I love the title. I mean, I don't know if it will, but it's like what?
Oh, sorry. What's the director's name?
Jane Schonenbrun.
Schonenbrun.
Yeah, and so and it's interesting. It's got Gillian Anderson, who I love. She's the mother in Sex Education. I don't know her biggest role. What's her biggest role?
Well, wasn't she in
She's
X-Files?
the mum in The Great as well.
Yeah, wasn't she? Wasn't that her? But she was in the X-Files, which is what lots of people know her from.
She's like the woman in the X-Files.
Yeah. But now I think I love because all the Gen Z people just love her for being like the mum, being like the awesome mum.
Yeah, she's like the mum in things.
Yeah.
She's a really good. She makes those characters better though. She makes them like
amazing.
slightly more dimensional. Yeah. I'm interested, and it also actually has Louise Weird, who is the director of Castration Movie. They're going to be in the movie. So I'm kind of interested. And then Jane Schonenberg is going to be in Castration Movie Part 3 as an actor. So it's like,
wow.
So they've got a little bit of a niche going on there. Because also the star of I Saw the TV Glow is in Castration Movie 2.
That's cool.
So they've got like a friendship there.
I think it's awesome. We're getting more like not just queer movies, but like queer directors and like gender fluid people.
Yeah.
It should be something.
And it is also, they're very much genre movies though as well. Like because this seems like I think it's going for a horror comedy vibe, and so that's still like a familiar like this is horror comedy, but it's from this perspective. I don't know. Yeah, it's still like So it seems like their most ambitious movie yet. So I'm interested in that one. And and also the castration movies. I talk about this with you guys all the time, so I feel like it's normal. But they are a series of films that I enjoy, and they're like very indie, and they're from Canada. And I think more people should know about them. They're on the Letterboxd video store, so they can't be that indie anymore. And they came to New Zealand with like the whole cast, and I missed the screenings, and I didn't even realize because I saw they were screening, and I was like, and then after the fact, I was like, wait, they came? The other people were there? What the fuck? So that's really funny. Come back for part 3, please.
Well, they fell in love with New Zealand and just saw.
Let's hope.
Surely, everyone does.
Yeah,
people do.
True. Yeah. Anyway, so that was our New Zealand Film Festival news. Do you guys want to talk about? I feel like we could just go to Haine.
I do kind of feel like we should.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how film festival news. So now, the very cool movie that Eli recommended. This is our subject of the pod. It's Haine. Haine. Yes.
Lahaine.
Lahaine. So Eli, introduce the movie. Tell you me why.
Me tell you speak words.
Speak words.
Introduction.
Why
movie
did you
now?
Why did you? Do like a plot synopsis and a bit of why you chose it. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a big reason of why you chose it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Lahaine. Came out in 1995, so it's a 90s movie. It's set in France, so it's about basically there's 3 friends over the course of a day, a night, and another day. But not quite 2 full days.
Yeah, like a day and a half.
A day and a half. And they're just sort of wandering and they're sort of wrapping it, because it's like it's in a time of really high police brutality and there's riots and stuff, so they're just sort of, I don't know, trying to grapple. Yeah, and their friend is in critical condition for being beat up. So it's like it's basically just following them and how they're dealing with it, and just their life basically. I chose a movie because I heard it was good, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's a black and white film, but movie shot in film. So those two.
Yeah.
Wait, it was shot on film.
It is shot on film.
It's got this really, really grainy vibe. And
yes, it's really grainy. And I
feel like digital cameras were not as that good for that, so I wasn't thinking.
Yeah. Like when it goes close up on their faces, you're like, okay, this is film. This is
okay.
Film. But I was a little bit confused in the beginning. I was like, is this film good?
Yeah.
But yeah.
What did you think?
What did you think of it?
What did you think?
What did I think? Okay, well, I really liked it. I think it's a really good movie. I don't know. I don't know how critical I'm gonna be in this one. I just think I think the pacing was really great. I loved the characters, and it felt kind of real. Like it felt like it.
Totally.
It could have happened. So I like it.
Yeah, I quite liked it as well. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, it's got it's very angry, but it's also very happy. I think there's always it's so that pretty sure the title translates just to hate, and it is. It's a very angry movie, but it's also it's a very real movie. I think real is the best word to describe it. People overuse it. I overuse it, but I think this is like the perfect pretty much. Yep. So that's my take.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that was one of the strongest things about it was how it was the storytelling and everything. It was very real. Like it did feel like a genuine day in these boys' lives. It just feels like you're there with them. And, the pacing and the way what they include, like all the little moments of conversation, like all of that felt just like it was sort of unraveling before you, like you were just sort of there. And it wasn't exactly like a big, oh, here's the inciting incident, oh, big climax. It was just sort of happening like it would in real time, and it was like it was so I thought it was really, really good.
Okay.
But it was so what's the right shocking, like the end.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything too much, but yes, the end.
Yeah. And the one scene that really got me was just that scene with the cops when they went to that city and they got taken in by those cops, and it was just the most horrific.
Yeah, and they weren't even dressed as cops. They weren't really using their honor. They weren't really using pride.
And the thing about those boys is how did they know? Genuinely, there was no reason for them to be arrested. They actually, as far as the cops could see, did nothing wrong, right?
Yeah, it was because they were black and Arab, right?
Yeah.
And
but
and
also, actually, now that we're talking about it a little bit more, I'm realizing the way that they had made it to be so in reality. I actually did. There were times where I was struggling to follow some parts.
Oh yeah,
you guys got that, but I for example, how you guys were saying those cops weren't dressed like cops, and it took me a while to sort of figure out what their role was. I couldn't tell if they were criminals that were being gang, or if they were
I couldn't tell that for a little bit until the interrogation. I was like, that they're trying.
And then,
but that's what's so great is that they're not dressed like cops and they don't act like cops, and they're literally. They're acting like gang members.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
That's what they're commentating.
But I
guess that's what makes it hard. Yeah, that's their weakness is their strength. So, but I feel like that's the film's weakness is the strength. I mean,
Exactly.
is a strength for
I
me.
think
Yeah.
it is a strength. Like even though there were times where like personally I was sort of like, wait, why are they going there? Like what is it? Why are they why are they doing that? Like there was sometimes where I couldn't really find the reasoning. Like wait, why what? And then but it's fine. Like to me it all paid off because if they had followed more traditional like movie and like made it really clear, then it would have lost that strength, like you were saying, like so that really deep reality, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, before we get into too many details, but I do think at the start when there was so many things being introduced in this community of people, I was like, okay, how much matters? Like, are we going to go back to what's his? Oh my god, what are any of their names? I literally forgot. When we go back to
Haine and Hubert.
Those are the main
because
three.
that's all the actors' names.
That's their real names. Yeah, they just use the actors' names,
which is great because that's also this makes it real. Yeah, but yeah, Hubert. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say something really quickly about like Hubert.
Yeah.
I'm just so like because Vincent, he went on and he did Black Swan and stuff.
Yeah.
But those other two actors were so good. And I think, like, for Hubert, I think Haine is his biggest movie. And I guess it's, like, a massive movie. But I wish they could have taken off the same as Vincent.
Yeah, it's interesting because... but then the director, all right, he was a great... I don't know, what's his name? Matiu... I'm just going to keep it at Matiu. He directed this movie really well. I think everything... It felt low budget. But everything that low budget like worked in its like favor. So like when they heard that bike riding around the city, instead we just heard the characters hearing it instead of actually showing a bike. Probably because they didn't have like enough money to show a bike or something like that. But for us, it's actually more of an interesting experience to see the characters listening to the bike. It's like a really small thing I saw, and I think that's like wow, that's an interesting way to represent this thing. And it's probably because limitations make movies better. But anyway, he's a great director for this movie. But all those other movies look bad. They all look bad, like, really bad. And it's probably because he was given more freedom.
Jared Hess? What's his name?
Jared Hess, exactly like Jared Hess. This happens a lot. But yeah, all of the movies look bad, and it's probably because. He got more money. He probably one he got more money, but also because Haine was the story he wanted to tell. Probably he came out doing it, and it's probably more realistic to him. And that might have been what happened. I do think all three of them are amazing, the actors. But maybe that may have happened to the other two, where actually maybe they didn't have as much passion for acting as the other. As Vincent. Vincent was clearly. Vincent's clearly a character actor, and he's like he very but. They all look like they could have probably done other things if they were.
Yeah, honestly, I think Hubert's performance, I think it was just so good. I don't know. I just like I was very impressed.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I was laughing at Stella.
Stella sneezed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I loved all of them. I think Hubert was my favorite, and I think he was like the voice of reason, but then he still had lots of dark side and lots of
he felt so real just on the screen. It just felt so natural. Maybe at points I don't know. I think all of their acting was so good, honestly. But
I don't have really a floor.
There was no. Sometimes when you see an actor act, you can tell it's an actor going acting. So with Hubert, it's just like it's Hubert,
effortless.
Exactly. Yeah. I am sad that they probably didn't get as many other roles. I'm not saying that they would be bad enough. It looks like the Said guy.
He looked familiar.
I
swear I've seen him in something.
He is in Lost. He plays Caesar in Lost.
Yes! Yes! Okay, I thought I recognized him from somewhere.
He actually doesn't play a terrorist. His character in Lost, I mean. But it looks like I was going to say that his actor looks like he plays the terrorist villain in a lot of American movies, which is quite sad. Yeah. But I'm sure he elevates them. He's in John Wick 3. He's great in John Wick 3. And little fact about Lost, about his character in Lost. He's only in 3 episodes, but he was originally in season 5. He was going to go back in time with the other group, and he was going to be like the fish out of water character. He's going to be like is this really happening? But then instead, the actor was like, no, I don't really want to do that. So then they're like, wait, we cast you for no reason. And so they just killed him off. Because then they're like, wait, you don't want to do that? Okay.
That was
Well,
your
you can just be
character.
in the show for a little bit and we'll kill you. But if the actor was like, yeah, I'll do that, then he probably would have been an interesting character. But
Yeah.
that's a little tidbit. Anyway, so
Well,
back to the movie.
With the boys, I do like they were all so obviously amazing performances, but I thought it was really smart the way they had written them and the way that they all sort of play within each other. Like you have the Saeed, who's very sort of more kind of like gullible, like a little bit, and he's very like you know, quite like kind of silly, and you know what I mean. And then you have Hubert, who's like he's the only one who really actually has like the voice of reason at times, and the only one who's like the most mature. And then you have Benz, obviously, who's like the absolute crazy guy. And I love how, because I feel like a lot of the time in movies, or if you're making a movie about like, you know, kids who are sort of like young boys who have a huge stigma of just being like loud and rowdy and annoying, and like I like how they made the three sort of showing a much more layered and complex look at that. Like yeah, they are a little bit disruptive, like as everyone is in that in where they live, but it's more than just like loud boy behavior. Like there's a lot more depth to it.
There's a lot of pain behind the actions.
Totally.
That's the thing about the character. You can tell it's just like trauma.
It's heartbreaking.
So it's so I think, like, for me, I think the thing actually that really stood out in this movie was the friendship.
That's why I mean kind of hope, happiness a little bit.
They just continued even when they were so pissed off and like scared of each other. They just stuck with each other, and I think that's like, for me, that is so different from my life. You know, like I just think that they have this survival instinct. They have to stick together. They have, like, I don't know. It just is like it's really different from. I mean, the stick together thing isn't different from our friendship, but the way that they do bad stuff, and then they don't talk about it, but they just continue to be friends.
Yeah,
so I think that's really foreign to me. Like, but I think it's quite beautiful as well. Like, I think it's a product of where they live. They can't talk about feelings because that's just not something that's done. You know, and they just stay with it. Even though it might mean that, like, for Hubert, he knows that Vince is going off the rails and he's going to do some dumb shit. And it's like, you know, he might get arrested, he might get killed in Vince's company, but he's still sticking. You know,
but I love Vince is not the one that's arrested.
I know he's
the
not.
Black guy and the Arab guy is arrested.
Exactly. Everything just works so perfectly. Like, it's just so, like, because the friendship, the friendship is definitely like the one of the most powerful things. I totally agree. Like, because it's what brings like how much of the hope and sort of the joy, but then it also, on the other side of the coin, it's what makes it so heartbreaking. Like how you're saying, Hubert's aware that Ben's is going to go off the rails, and he's you know, he can see it coming, and then. I mean, this is sort of getting into the spoiling about the end.
I think let's go into spoilers.
Because in the end, that's what makes it even more heartbreaking, is when Vin's gives the gun to Hubert. It's almost like a gesture saying, "You were right here, and I shouldn't have this."
Yeah.
And then obviously,
the moment he needs it. I think.
And then Hubert, and then he gets shot.
It's just
Hubert. And then they kill each other. Like, it's so heartbreaking.
And it's like, and I think what I found really interesting about the end, there's a moment there, the cop has the gun in his hand, but he's not pointing it at him. And he's sort of shocked at what he's just done to Vince. And Hubert if he just put his hand up and shot the cop, he would have lived, right?
Or he just didn't shoot the cop. If he didn't do that. He
could also just not do it. But then it's almost, he waits for the cop to point the gun at him. He waits for the cop to gather his thoughts. And make that stand up. It's almost like, I don't know, I just felt like it was like subconsciously he was like, we're both going down.
Right. Well, I mean, even if he shot a cop, he would also have gone down. Then they'd be like, "Oh, but you shot a cop. You're gonna."
The cop even shot Vince by accident because he started
Yes.
laughing.
Yeah.
He started laughing and then it went off. You know?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was all.
Yeah.
It's all
And I was waiting for that to happen, bro, because
Yeah.
everyone was waving about these loaded guns, willy-nilly.
Yeah. It's literally Chekhov's gun, literally.
true.
Such
Yes,
a
good
and
example.
such a like a bomb under the table that is going to go off, and it's not even that gun that goes off; it's just some other guy's gun.
Yeah, I think that's so beautiful. I think that's
Yeah.
perfect, honestly. Like,
and it's that he dies, yeah. And I think it's also so beautiful that we look at Saeed's sad, like,
oh my
face.
god,
That's the end of his concerned face. And myself, because I watched it with my friend, same friend that watched Playtime with me. I watched
Just
it.
come on.
He could come on.
Yeah.
He's. But
Bodhi.
my kind of self, that like the moment it entered, I was like, do you think the police died, or do you think wait, I forgot his name. What the hell is his name? Do you think Hubert died? I was like, wait, do you think died? And Bodhi was like, sorry, my friend, listen, his name's Bodhi. He was like, I don't think that matters. I'm like, yeah, it definitely doesn't matter. But yeah, what?
I just assumed that they both died.
They both died? Because I only heard one gunshot. I mean, obviously it could have been two gunshots going off at the same time. But I only heard one gunshot. And to me, it's like, which one died? But I don't think it matters. Like, it really doesn't matter. I feel like... Oh, no, but I do think it does. Because then if Hubert died, then the police would get away with it. But then if Hubert killed the cop, then he would have probably not get away with it.
I don't think it matters still.
I think
that he immediately was like, I don't think that matters. And I was like, yeah, that's like, I was just really thinking. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me think,
if Hubert shot the cop, he probably would have been killed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Hubert would have not. No, but that's why I'm saying it could have mattered. Because if Hubert shot the cop,
I don't think the cop would ever have got. I think they always would have gotten away with it. I think in both instances, Hubert dies and the cop get away with it. That's like
no. But I'm saying if Hubert shoots the cop, then the cop dies. But then later on, Hubert's going to get arrested. Hubert's going to get killed, something like that.
Yeah.
But then if the cop shoots Hubert, then it's saying something about like, oh, the cop's fine and he's always going to, something like.
Well,
but I don't think it matters. I don't
think it matters because I don't think it was about who dies specifically. I think it's more about the brutality, and that's why they put it. That's why they ended it on Saeed's like expression instead of on the dead bodies. Because it's about the heart. It's about the trauma.
Yeah, it wasn't like my Inception like loving mind was like, oh, did the top fall over? Did it? Like, it's not like it's not about that. And I think but I also love, and also another thing about like the low budget, maybe the reason they chose to end it on his face was because they couldn't film two people shooting each other brutally, maybe something like that. Like they use all these like resources, all these non-resources to their like benefit. I mean, obviously, probably that ending was planned with his face, but it's a great final shot.
I love the ending. It's just so like because it's referenced to before with Hubert, because he does it too. He does that thing where he closes his eyes, isn't it? So it's like he's willing. He's just like, something changed when I opened my eyes to just like it's a nightmare. He's trying to wake up from a nightmare. And it's the same thing with Saeed, and I just think with Saeed being the only one that like survives, maybe I don't know. It makes sense to me because he's like, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just, I don't know. He's the innocent. He's the most innocent. We see. I think in that moment we see the little boy that he is. And they talk all this crap, and they try to build themselves up, but they're just they're drowning, and they've got all this trauma, and they're in a situation that they shouldn't be in. They've
got all this Lahaine.
All this Lahaine. I think that the hate is a product of their sadness, like it's more about
like Ben's, protection and getting back, like hate is a way to protect.
Oh, and another thing, I think the way that they find out that their friend has died is also beautiful. Because
was that on the screens?
It's on that they find out through the news.
Right.
So they're best friends. The best friends of that guy. They find out when everyone else, when the entire world finds out. They don't get to know before anyone. They don't even get to visit him when he was still alive. Like it's like it was just that was the way they were meant to find out, like that in that movie. It makes so much sense to the story, and it's so tragic. It's just like betrayal and injustice.
Yeah. Well, really, yeah. I mean, I love that ending scene. It's a quite a astounding ending, and it's
Yeah.
quite something memorable. But I think the most upsetting thing to me was that in the first like 20 minutes, Hubert, when he visits his mother, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I need to get out of here," and then his mother's like, "Can you get some cabbage?" And I love that exchange. And obviously, she doesn't. She delivers it in quite a. She has like 3 lines, and she's like a standout to me. That actress.
Yes. It
Um,
was such a
yeah, but like that little scene, I was like, yeah, this is like probably how everyone interacts in this place.
yeah.
Like they can only ignore it, really.
Yeah.
And it was yeah, it was quite upsetting to me. That was like the most,
Yeah. Well,
and because I liked you, I was like, yeah, get
yeah.
out of here, man. Like,
Yeah.
and
Escape.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that scene kind of made me. I was kind of connecting with him the most out of like everyone in the movie. Like kind of because of that scene, I was like, what's going to happen to him though? And when he goes like that, I mean, quite a lot of upsetting scene. I mean, I do think there's that scene, and then also the scene in the alleyway where he's telling Vince to shoot the guy, and he's like screaming
That
at
was
them.
really
That's pretty, yeah. But that is I mean that's a big point of action. But I think to me the most like subtly disturbing scene was that the scene in it's his house, right? Yeah, it's his house, and his mom, the way like she delivers the lines, like where she's like thinking about what he said, but really not really, and kind of like, can you get cabbage? I don't care.
Well, I think that she's probably a human too. You know, she doesn't want to think about what he's saying, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because she knows that she can't help him. And I think it's good that you mentioned that scene because that's the first scene that I thought of when the ending happened. That is the moment. That moment is what I thought of because I thought that mother, if he is dead or if he's been arrested, she's going to think back to that moment a couple hours before.
Literally a couple hours before.
She's going to live with that guilt. Yeah. And it's like the way that it's set up, you just are thinking about, oh, that's something that I was going to say. I love how you can tell what they're thinking without them saying anything. And just the way that it's written, the way that the story builds upon itself, and the shots, it's just like, you can sort of see where their thought process is at without words being said, which is incredible. It's insane. Yeah. It just so puts you in their shoes, and you're just living it with them almost. Like you're going through the hours. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think the blocking of the three, you can kind of always tell, and because their personalities are so strong, Vince is the crazy one, Said's the thoughtful one, a bit more innocent.
The mediator,
the mediator, you can kind of tell because their personalities are so big. You can kind of tell what the stereotypical thought of them would be, like for you to think about. I think like the blocking I really love because they're kind of always doing something. So like I really love Vince when he's always like biting his little necklace, like that thing, and that's like just to tell like they're always fiddling as well, or and that's like
you never feel safe.
Yeah, they never feel they're scared. Yeah. But they're all still like he's still like and it's still like a metal chain necklace that he's biting. He's still like I'm still cool, but this is actually a fiddling like just to distract
a little.
It's like it's not a cool thing to do that.
No.
I mean my favorite scene that's like blocking wise is they go out to meet the Snoopy and they're like I don't know his real name. That is a moment of levity. Snoopy.
Asterisk.
The guy that starts playing roulette.
Asterisk. Yeah.
Isn't it Snoopy?
No, it's Asterisk.
It was Asterisk.
Asterisk.
And did you have different subtitles?
No, because they were saying talking about like the other people were talking about. I thought the other person was like, "Oh, you go visit Asterisk." Like, they were like,
no, it's Asterisk
because they were like he had the same name as a cartoon character is what I was getting right, and then the other people were like, "Oh, why don't you go visit these other cartoon characters?" What were they? No, the other person that came down where they're like, "Stop annoying me,"
When they were trying to get into the guy's apartment.
Yeah, but everyone else was talking about like, "Oh, stop! You're like playing a prank, right?"
Yeah.
And they thought they were playing a prank because his name was a cartoon character.
Which is Asterisk.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Snoopy because then they said, "Come visit Asterisk."
The roulette guy was called Asterisk.
Okay. Well, they also something about Snoopy also happened. Because there was like when they kept talking about cartoon characters and they're talking about
because they thought that they were pissing around and they were like, oh, why don't you go
Yeah.
Oh, so his name was Asterix, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you go visit Snoopy?"
Yeah.
Oh, as opposed to the other
Yeah.
way around, where I thought his name was
Yeah.
Snoopy. Snoopy's a great name.
Snoopy.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
no.
a character in The Wire called Snoop.
The Wire. Did
Well-
it? I was thinking this kind of violence. Did it remind you of The Wire? Because
It's a different vibe. I think that Haine is a lot more visceral. It's a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Wire, but I think to me it definitely reminded me of Goodfellas and Taxi Driver. That Scorsese's. There's literally he loves rehearsing Taxi Driver in the mirror. Where he's rehearsing. That was Taxi Driver, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
is.
it's directly him talking about Taxi Driver.
Yeah, it is because I know because I have a poster in my room of from Taxi Driver, and it's that scene. It's like him shirtless with a gun, and I looked at that and I was like, oh yeah, while I was watching the movie.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I got the reference, but I was wondering, was that the character quoting Taxi Driver, or was that the director making the character say that, and then it reminds the audience of Taxi Driver, and so they're like, oh, it's just the same thing, it's a cycle. Or is it like him? He's a fanboy of the movie, like the character. I don't know. I mean, it could be both.
I think both works.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure unless there's a director's cut out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm like no, but I mean, yeah. I mean, like from his performance, was he quoting it like a movie? And to me, I think so. I think he was.
I think he was
that he's watched.
Yeah.
The character watched that movie. That's what I mean. But I do think the film reminds me of kind of like a Scorsese, but it's kind of more of a not like an ode, but more of like a response to Scorsese, and be like, well, this is what it's actually like. This is what it's like in France.
I think it's I think the key thing about it is it's playing with innocence, and it's playing with like because it's like they're boys, they're boys trying to be men type thing. And I think a lot of those other movies that we just mentioned, it's all very serious, and they're these grown men, and they're very like sure of themselves. But with Haine, it's just these boys, and they're just
I think that's what. I think in Goodfellas and Taxi Driver, those are my two big references. Those characters are not innocent. Those characters deserve to die. Those characters, they thought about this, and they still do it because they're crazy. But yeah, Lahaine, they're boys. Yeah, that's why it felt like a kind of a response.
Like I think that's what makes it stand out is because a lot of the time those like really because Lahaine it is violent, but the way that it uses violence I think is a lot better than a lot of those like really sort of hyper masculine movies because it's to be sad, like it's scary, but it's also like heartbreaking, and like you're saying, playing with all of that innocence, and I think it's very powerful because I think the violence leaves more of an impact. It's not just shock value. It's not just like obviously like Taxi Driver and Goodfellas.
I would argue that Taxi Driver and Goodfellas, those two specific, because those are my favorite Scorsese.
I haven't seen Goodfellas, but
those are my favorite Scorsese. I think Scorsese can fall to like the coolness sometimes, like some of his lesser films. But I would argue for Taxi Driver and Goodfellas, the violence is there for the same reason. I think.
True.
And I think it's other people misinterpret it. I think those specific movies, the violence is there to upset you and disturb you, not just for
I can
shock
agree with
value.
that.
I can agree with that. I mean, but then I think something like a lesser movie, like a Heat or something, that's pretty not really like, but that's not Scorsese.
So many movies.
Yeah, I just think that Lahaine it's just very reflective. Like you were thinking, it's not like a thing that's there. It's like you're unpacking it, and
it's part of.
Yeah, but I would argue that they are using violence similarly, but I think that's another benefit of it being low budget is because imagine if they had all this budget to show this blood flying out of their heads.
Exactly.
Then that's also one. I mean, even if they did, they probably would have chosen not to do that. But that's like things to think about. Yeah.
No, I think it's a good. I think lots of directors actually have a pattern like that where their earlier movies are the best because they have that limitation. Whereas when you get all that freedom, it's like, oh, I may as well do this because I can. Like I think so many directors like Tim Burton, and like even some of like Taika Waititi, even like some of his all of his let's be real, he's made some good movies, but his first movies are still kind of his peak, So I think it's definitely an interesting thing.
Yeah, that happens. I think it happens with. I think there's quite a lot of great movies that it's just one. They made one movie. They have one story to tell, and then I guess because it was successful, I guess I'll be a director now, as opposed to like having lots of stories to tell. I think Jared Hess, like literally Napoleon Dynamite, was great. Yeah, and I don't know if he has other stories to tell. Yeah.
Minecraft 2.
Minecraft 2, yeah, exactly. I want to see like Wes Anderson Minecraft. That's what I want to see. Yeah.
Minecraft is so beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about this one day, someone should make a really beautiful coming of age story, and at the really sad, crucial moment, play Minecraft music, because our entire generation will break down.
Cry. Yeah. Yeah.
Or start
I mean,
laughing
well,
because it would be distracting.
I love that idea, but I think it's because that would be pretty manipulative if it had nothing to do with anything. Like nothing.
No, if it's not nostalgia.
Yeah, if it's about like if it was like a Stranger Things type thing, like where it's like I don't know. You know how Stranger Things is all set in the 80s, and then some of the songs they play is 80s songs that the 80s kids love, right?
No,
like
it's
something
just
like that. No, you just want to play Minecraft. You just want to hear Minecraft.
no, it's just about nostalgia and coming of age.
Yeah.
And then
no, but then if all it is just playing a song that people like, and then they're hinging on if they like it, like what if people don't like that song? How would it work? Sorry,
yeah, like what if you
watched about like okay. It's about like the audience will recognize the music from their own childhood, so then the nostalgia will affect them as well.
So what if
that's just
someone
that's lazy?
That's
lazy. If
No.
that has nothing to do with the movie, if it has
Oh,
nothing
you
to do
want
with
it
the
to have
movie.
to do with the
No,
movie.
and what if even if it was like sort of had something to do with the movie, what if people watched it and didn't recognize it and was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
that's
too,
weird
yeah.
No, it's meant to be more subtle. It's not meant to be like, oh, it's
Okay,
Minecraft.
okay.
It's like in
I
Like
hope
the
I'm not
big
overthinking it.
Minecraft
This is me
font
questioning
comes
your
on the
thoughts.
screen.
It's more like
at the same time.
subconsciously.
Well, I mean, here's
Yeah,
a way.
I think it would work. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean,
I'm
if you
overthinking
want
it,
to do
but I
Minecraft,
can't, like,
sounds that reminds you of Minecraft music.
yeah,
I
that
think
too.
subconsciously
Yeah.
we would be like, this is connecting
okay.
to me because of Minecraft.
Yeah, that would be interesting because I mean, there's one thing that there's a movie I watched called Twinless where
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
you've seen it.
No, I've heard of it.
Oh,
I know.
so, yeah, there's a movie called Twinless, and basically both the characters play The Sims. Basically, when they're lonely, they play The Sims. Like, and there's I think like they kind of use The Sims. They use the audience. They hope that the audience has knowledge of Sims before the movie to like evoke kind of that emotion that you feel when you play Sims alone and you're sad, something like that. But then that is more directly like if you haven't played Sims alone, you can still watch them play Sims alone and feel feelings for them. Something like that, you know, like that they're still, it's not just exclusive to like if they played the Sims soundtrack. And then also in that movie they play, you know, if they, like imagine if they just played the Sims soundtrack
that
in that movie.
because the Sims soundtrack is goofy as fuck.
Well, yeah,
no, I was going to say that would be funny. Like
yeah,
imagine
you
use I'm saying they use, and in the characters both talk about Sims, like every now and then, and they use like audience's memory of the Sims to evoke emotion, like as opposed to like so I could see that definitely working a lot because it worked a lot on me. I don't even play the Sims, but I could see that working if like maybe the characters talk about Minecraft like once or something, you know, like it's some sort of setup.
Well, I didn't say that they did. It was just an idea, guys.
I'm sorry.
I know. We're talking about it. It's a nice...
Well, I'm thinking about it because I like it, but I also don't.
I think it could be really.
Now I'm questioning
I feel like imagine if they because Minecraft is what's great about is it would work well with Minecraft because it also has a really good soundtrack.
Yes.
What if like the director really loved Roblox and then it was like it's like really
you can use that in the right way. You could use that.
I could use
like
in Breaking
really
Bad.
sad, or like, and it's been referenced to before. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, you know in Breaking Bad when Jesse has a breakdown in the party where it's like super loud music and he starts crying in front of the speaker. You've seen it. It's like in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
everyone has seen it.
Actually,
so he starts breaking down. Imagine if it was the Roblox disco and he's breaking down.
It would work. It would work.
It could still work because the performance is so good.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
Actually, now that we're talking about soundtracks, to bring it back to Haine, I did want to mention the sound because another thing that made it really real was the fact it was non-diegetic. It was all
diegetic.
It was all diegetic, and I think the sound was really good.
No, until
what?
the end, like until the end, it started doing music at the end. That was
Oh,
part
did
of the
it?
soundtrack. Did you notice that?
Ah,
I
Because
see.
yeah,
I didn't even. I was so caught up, didn't even notice whether or not
but
there was music. In playtime, I was like, oh, yeah, they're using music,
oh
purposefully.
yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah, where they do
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I could see it.
diegetic and then non-diegetic. Yeah,
It was very.
but in Lahane, super
I didn't
is
even notice.
super.
I was so
Yeah,
yeah,
caught up in
so
the
they do.
story.
yeah.
It's non-diegetic. By the way, I love the mashup of Sound of the Police
Oh my god, with the
and the
DJ.
Yes,
Pantheon bin.
so
It was
good,
really
So
good.
so
I
good. And
so
I
loved
good,
it.
love
and the non.
yeah,
Yeah.
non yeah. It's like
Oh
Lee
yeah, and the way that it
Monet or something.
echoes, it's like
Mm.
yeah.
Hmm. I think
See,
that song's in Shawshank, right? So maybe that was.
It's
some
also
of my
Madagascar 3.
some
So
of
Oh,
my
it's in a lot of movies, but that song is I think it's played in Shawshank when he goes into the top of the office at Shawshank and puts a record
it's a
player on for
song
everyone
about
to
musicians,
listen.
right? It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah, but
um
I mean the way it's reverberating in Shawshank is the same way it's
yeah.
reverberating in Haine. So I was like, is that some sort of like reference?
I actually
Yeah.
that I wanted to point also say because we were talking a lot about like the most impactful scenes, but I think some of the most ones that I liked the most because there were a few really nice ones like that, like the guy DJing who with the speaker out in the window.
Yes.
That was awesome, and also like I
Yeah, I
forgot
wanted
what the
to
type of dancing is called, but you know how they
oh,
had that scene with all that
Breakdancing.
awesome
breakdance.
breakdancing,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
mind blowing,
So
awesome.
good.
I love that, and the guy
Yeah.
kept dancing like there was a big like riot or something, or
And he
Yes.
just kept
breaking in, and the
spinning.
guy
It's
he's
spinning,
spinning. And
which
I
is
think it was
so
showing the art, right? How even like
Mhm.
people are still really passionate about things. You know,
culture.
those were culture exactly. And
Yeah,
like
like because Vin's for me. I mean, I guess all of them, but Vin's loves like he loves art. I think is what I noticed, and
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like really
Yeah.
he's really thoughtful. He loves Taxi Driver. I think if we're gonna interpret it like that, he loved watching the breakdancing. Right, he was there,
Mm.
and he goes to the art gallery,
Yes, that's
which is really it was really interesting seeing.
Mm,
But and he was kind of watching the art, and I love when he was running away. He went to the cinema, and the cinema, the
yeah.
one movie that was on was really loud, so he left and went to another one because he was actually paying attention to what was at the cinema. That's how I interpreted it, is because he was like, I don't like
That's
this
actually
one.
really nice details.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I think he was really into the arts. I mean, I think all of them, but I think he was
I
like actually being quite thoughtful when it came to things like that.
Mm.
But he didn't want people to know.
no.
And I
He
thought
didn't
that
want to
was
admit it to himself either.
yeah, but
I think that gallery scene is really good because
yeah,
I think the whole thing about going to that city is so different to where they live because they live in a very
the
hostile.
cops are being polite. You know.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
think that art gallery is like the epitome of it because it's like no way would an art gallery exist where they live. Like these people are living a life that's better than theirs, and they feel like it's like these people because they're quite it's an art gallery, obviously they're going to be like, oh, I'm a thinky artist person. So I think they were like threatened by these group of people, and it's sort of like this whole you don't know a single thing about life. You sit you talk about your art and whatever, and you've got this superior thing, which that's what I could just see that's what they were thinking. Like to me, that's what I would have, like if I were in those, like that's what I would be thinking, and they start to take out on the thing, and they start to act out. But in the beginning, I think they were like, oh, this art's down, but also like they were
thinking
like
about it.
I think they were thinking about it. I think they were.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's my favorite. Cause I mean I love when people in movies talk about movies because that's clearly the artists talking about movies. Or I love when painters talk about paintings, or when characters in video games talk about coding, stuff like that. And because you can clearly see that's the creative, they actually know what they're writing about and they can just go off. And I love that in Lahane, just a little bit of him watching the cinema and then him going like, I don't like this one. I'm gonna go watch this one, even though he's there to hide. He's like, I'm gonna go watch this one instead. And I just love that little that's a relatable feeling to like want to just change a movie. I guess. I mean, I don't like leave cinemas and go to other cinemas, but I guess like watching
The
a movie and then being like, no, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
It's just like a really small little thing, and I think I think it works because I think he talks about music. They talk about cartoons. They talk about
Farts.
They talk about farts.
See, like,
That's
this is
art.
Yeah.
well, that's like another
great
part
scene.
of the scenes. There were some of the most nice moments, like the ones where they're talking about things they're passionate about and showing the culture, but also just like the really real, silly moments that show that they're just like freaking boys and they're just like silly, like talking about the smell of each other's.
That's not my stink, you know.
Yeah.
That's not my thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And and it makes them likable.
Yeah.
Really.
Until they die.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're still likable when they die.
I think I actually it was like in the art gallery scene when they treat the woman like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it was actually because I was like, I feel like these are the type of guys that I would immediately dislike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just saw into an entirely different perspective that us probably wouldn't normally get to see into, right?
Yeah, that's true. I actually was gonna. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to bring up because there were times where, like, especially in that moment where they're talking to the girls, and then sometimes when the way that they talk about women, I would be like, but it is really interesting that because we obviously it's like I was watching it and I was like, oh, I guess in real life if I was with this guy and they started talking about that, I'd be like, oh, I don't like that, like that's not cool. But since I don't care. No, it wasn't. But like watching the movie, it's like I'm not like I don't really care. Like it's because I'm just invested in them. But obviously, it's not like okay behavior. But I think that is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like because usually I'd be like, oh my god, I just like these people, It's like you get to see, and it was interesting. It was an interesting little moment. It was like they were in my woman,
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't many woman characters, but I do think the mother and that the main lady that he was talking to in the gallery were pretty memorable. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot about manhood.
Men. It's about boyhood.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't thinking like, oh my god, where's the woman? They should do a reboot of Haine and just put woman, like
just woman.
And they'll be like, I'm quoting woman taxi driver, and I'm gonna shoot you womanly. That's what they should do. Yeah, like imagine if they did that with like Ghostbusters or something. That would be crazy if they did that. Imagine if they did that with Imagine if they did that with like the Ocean's movies or something. That'd be funny. Like that would be so weird if they did it with the Ocean's movies.
Okay.
But no, but the valid point is that why aren't we just making original stories with women in them?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like the idea of writing a script and then doing open casting. So straight up, anyone can come for an audition for the role. So it's like, yeah, and like
I do think there's quite a lot of not to shut it. That's a great idea. I mean, that's a great like thing that people should do. But I think quite a lot of directors people who are higher up. Every role they think of is like this has to be a white guy. This has to be like a black woman. This has to be because they're very controlling of like what they're going to see, even if it doesn't matter that much. Like they still really think about that, and I do think that is positive. That's positive for an artist to know that that's good, but it's also negative for like why.
I mean more in like something like a fantasy. In a fantasy, you could totally do that, right? You could just anyone can come in. Because you don't have the context of what being a woman or being white or not white,
Yeah, true.
I mean, like Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, Bridgerton genuinely did casting. They only would be like, okay, ideally you like they would cast gender but not race. They just cast off who's the best actor.
But then also they do still talk about.
Yeah, I really.
That was bad though.
Race.
That was
bad. I think that's
silly.
Okay.
Like either,
ignore it.
Don't. Yeah, because it was
lean into the fantasy.
Yeah, lean into the fantasy exactly. Because otherwise you're not saying enough.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like,
oh no, the Queen ended racism.
Because she
you know how like how Barack Obama ended racism in America.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, remember when he was elected, it ended racism.
Oh
yeah.
Like that bothered me. But.
Just like that.
Would you guys want to do episodes on shows? Because I think that could be fun.
I do think so. I wonder. I mean, new shows that we watch, sure, but I don't know if like recommending a show would be quite a lot. I think recommending like a miniseries, Chernobyl, definitely.
And I think maybe not like I guess we're talking. Well, I don't know, but like making an episode that's maybe it didn't have to have a recommendation, but we just decided we wanted to talk about this because we've all seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bear. We
fun
can talk about
ones.
the bear forever. That's one.
Yeah, like do like a special episode where it's like me and you talking about something, or like me, Tiger, Eli talking about Bridgerton. You know,
we could do other episodes that aren't exactly this format where we just talk about one show, but then it won't be a part of the podcast, but we can still post it on the channels or something like that.
Yeah,
just to talk about. We could just do like a whole thing on Bridgerton.
What? A little side thing. You've got the regular podcast, and you've got like a little.
Yeah, like because you know how I'm in the right now. I'm labeling them with numbers. So right now this is episode 4. We could just post other things that I won't label with a number.
Like a special episodes, I guess.
Well, no, we'll just talk about the bear discussion if we do.
Yeah.
And Eli, this is my official rec. No, not for the next episode, but the bear season 5 ended, and it's really good. It's really good. So I think like, it's worth watching. I think it's really
finished.
Great. 5 seasons and it's over.
It's
over.
And the seasons aren't that long.
Yeah,
and it's very interesting.
Really good, so.
Yeah, the bear is. I watched it. I loved it. I was so into it.
Yeah. It's so good.
But then it did go on for too long, and it is like weird. Yeah, but I do think it's not even like bad. It just went on for a bit longer.
I love it so much.
Yeah, but this is my official rec for you to finish it because it is actually worth. It's not like Stranger Things or The Boys.
I'll have to. I don't have Disney Plus, so I'll have to.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, whenever you get it back, it is really. I do think the ending is very good. I think the last season is very good. Yeah, and the ending.
Okay,
and,
the last season being good is so nice.
Yeah,
and because when like season 4 is like season 4 I think has the most up and downs. Like season 3 and season 4 have the most up and downs, but they're still worth watching. Like they still have.
There's like these episodes that are like because you know the Richie episode where he cleans forks. That's like really nice. Where it's like just about Richie. This is to Eli.
I don't remember.
Well, okay, but there's standalone episodes where it's about one character, and people like are divided on them. Like which ones are good or not, and which one feels like filler. But to me, I like all of them. But I can understand like being like, well, what about the plot? What about the main thing? But that's only in like season 3. That's only in like a couple. That's only a couple times.
Well, honestly, if it gets a little bit mid towards in the middle, that's better than it getting mid towards the end because I feel.
I do think. I mean, you might not like it, but I'm saying it's. I really like it, and it's worth it. Yeah. Anyway, back to Haine. What do we want to talk about? I do love. I was going to say, I love how they spend time on little things and little characters like the DJ. We did talk about that, but I do like how we just see him set up. We kind of see him like
playing around
just for like a little bit, and then the shot over the city or the little park, and how it does echo, and it's really cool. And then the song sounds cool. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of jumping around. I love the introduction. I love the middle. I love.
And I think we kind of agree. It's like low-key genius. It's like pretty genius movie.
Yeah, pretty great.
It's amazing.
And also, you know, really the director is the love interest in Amelie. You know that? He plays the love interest in Amelie.
Oh my god! For real?
Yeah.
That's great.
Nino.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
So he's a bit of a talented actor as well.
Yeah.
So that's something I know because it was strange because I recognize his name.
Yeah.
And so he's just also in Amelie as an actor. Yeah.
Okay, that's
he didn't direct it, but yeah, that was one thing.
I was gonna say this is probably like useless for you guys, but another movie that this movie definitely reminded me of is City of God. Oh
yeah. I was wondering because that's crime and that's early 2000s and that's like
it's about.
Is it shot on a digital? Is it one of those? Shot on like a shitty. Yeah.
It's also about kids and like crime.
Kids with guns.
Yeah. And that movie is incredible. That's such a good movie.
Which one do you like more? Is that mean to say? What does it mean?
I think. I don't know. I think they're both really great. And the thing is, both of those movies are influenced so heavily by the environment, and because of that, both the environments are similar but also incredibly different at the same time. So hear them because it's like, but they're both really good movies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do. It reminded me of Scorsese, but I feel like that's like the popular thing. Every time there's guns and gangsters, it's Scorsese. But I do think It did remind me of Trainspotting a lot with that childish kind of
yeah.
the running around and the way they're talking to each other. Even though Trainspotting is about a different like addiction, a different thing. But it did remind me of that, and then it also reminded me of I'm just reading my notes. It reminded me of Do the Right Thing a lot, which none of you have seen yet. Do the Right Thing, also very environment based and very New York, very hot summer time, and I think it's all in one day as well.
Nice.
So, and it's also one where the director has a lot of limitations. But also he's got Samuel Jackson and Giancarlo Esposito, but it's like a really low budget, but he's got those two actors anyway.
Samuel does like some random move. Like
yeah, he's good. But it did remind me of Do the Right Thing a lot, and I love that movie. That's a very colorful, like fun movie. But not like La Haine, but it takes similar, like guns and violence and just misfortune on these people that don't deserve it. So that's just some I'd give it 9 out of 10. I don't know, probably a 10.
La Haine?
9 out of 10. Yeah,
I
need to rewatch it because also in the opening I was like, okay, how much is going to be come back? How much am I paying attention to? I don't know, because like there's quite a lot of people they're talking to, because not until they leave their little place is where it's just the main three, and they're like, okay, now I know what's going on. But I do think, I had a little bit of trouble. Like, it's not really criticism to me, honestly.
It was just my experience.
I think I like giving something a 10 when I can understand like this is what it's communicating to me. But
I could follow it. Every part of it I followed, except for one thing made me just a little bit confused, because it was nestled in there, and I was like, "Is this in the time frame?" Was when? No, it is. But it was just like it was never talked about again. I guess that's part of it. But Vincent, when he goes off with that other group of people, and that guy shoots a guy for not letting him go to the pub.
That's pretty dark, That is in the time. That's after he gets out of the cinema, and then
while
they're getting
separated.
Tortured. Yeah. So that's interesting though, because I actually forgot about that, and that should be a very disturbing part of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't forget, but I guess I wasn't talking about it during this time. That's an interesting part. Yeah, that was super interesting, because it was kind of showing that the other people, they're like actually not afraid. They're like what he wants to be, kind of, but then what he wants. I mean, I guess not afraid, but something about like these other people that he's not even a part of that culture where they just shoot people for not letting. He's not even like in it.
I feel like they're the type of people that he likes to pretend that he is.
Yes,
but he likes being in a friend group where he gets resistance for that, and he gets tell them to stop.
Because they're not there yet, and that's kind of something. And then he runs away, and it's like scary.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm glad we're following these people, I'm glad we're following. That's a bit of a, that's an interesting scene, because that is quite disturbing. That's quite, all he did is shoot that, And then the way it's filmed as well, because he's like, it's like kind of further back.
Yeah. Oh, there was one shot that doesn't really have that much to do with, but I just thought it was interesting. You've got Saeed and Vince are having a conversation, and Hubert breaks off, and he's in the front of the frame talking to someone, and Vince and Saeed are in the back of the frame. You're hearing their conversation.
Yes, I remember that.
And the conversation in front of the frame is actually quiet, that was really interesting. I was like, that's a interesting thing to do, actually.
Yeah.
No, that's another thing. It was also just looked great. Like, there were some amazing shots. There was some incredible, it was amazing. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I might have to leave soon.
Yeah, well, we're going. I'm wrapping up. 9 out of 10. What would you give it, Stella?
I think I'd give it a 10.
Nice.
Because I feel like I don't really have any criticisms, so but I think, movies can still not have many criticisms and
just
not be a 10, but because we were just talking about how great it is and so on thing, but I'll just keep it a 9. It's pretty great.
Yeah, but I think your own experience watching it is something to take into account. Like, sometimes I see movies that are objectively very good, but it just didn't connect with me very much. But this movie, thinking about it, literally, I was actually tearing up while we were talking about it, because it was making me think about it.
Yeah, it's very visceral. Okay. Well, for me, I don't give the ratings, but it gets a big fat heart.
Big fat heart. Yeah, very much like. Okay, yeah. So we can wrap up this discussion. Yeah, it's good. It's a cool side of cinema. It's a cool, and it does honestly it's. You guys might not pay attention to this, but I do, because I love Letterboxd. It's the 21st highest rated movie ever.
Whoa.
And I think it kind of deserves it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's very
Like,
important,
yeah,
you know.
it's
It
an
feels like an
important,
important
and
film.
it's kind of that side where people who don't like Scorsese or Tarantino, where they're like, where do we see this other side of it?
Yeah.
Then they can be like, oh, Haine, I wanted this to be like Haine, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. So Jack is not here, but he has given me his rec.
I'm
so
so
for next
excited.
episode, yes, we're going to be talking about the Wicker Man from 1973.
Oh,
The original Wicker Man, directed by Robin Hardy.
Cool.
The Wicker Man. It's got a cult following. None of us have seen it except him, and he loves it. So
Nice.
yes,
Yay.
I'm interested. So that's what's happening next episode.
Awesome.
Yes. Great. Anything else, guys?
No,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, cool. The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man. Let us know what you thought. If you agree, disagree.
Yeah,
Heart
tell us
or
how
no
much
heart?
you hate. Tell us how much you hate the movie Hate. Lahaini.
Lahaini.
I Lahaini this Lahaini. I Lahaini.
Okay.
I actually loved it.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, tell us what you thought. There's comment sections in every, like, in Spotify and YouTube and Apple Podcasts now, so I think you can access it everywhere. And you can tell us your thoughts and what else we should do. How do we make this better?
Yeah.
What segments we should do?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we're fine right now.
Yeah.
But yes, have a good one, guys. See you
All right.
all later.
See y'all later, y'all.
Bye.